They always tell you there's a catch, a compromise, an asterisk. Sprite Zero Sugar? It's different. It's the lemon lime flavored refreshment you want with zero sugar. This is Sprite Zero Sugar. Obey your thirst.
This week, the girls split into two parts for the Raida Queen Talent Show. On the runway, the category is Not Today Satin. In the end, both Mia Starr and Juicy Love Dion were placed in the top two, and after a lip-sync battle for the win, tied for the win. Meanwhile, the queens from part two rated the queens, and in the end, Sierra Mist was named the bottom queen of the week. Season 18, Episode 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race. This is the big takeaway. Welcome to the big takeaway for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 5, titled Raida Queen Talent Show Part 1. My name's Joe Batance, and I am joined, as always, by the goddess of glitz, glamour, goth, gossip, and gore herself. She has her own podcast. It's called Bloody Podcast. Give it up for the one and only Miss Lauri Roggenkamp. Hello, Laurian.
Hello.
How are you? You're all in red today. The lady in red.
I usually wear red.
I know, but it's not both the shirt and the do-rag. It's
I think last time I was wearing the exact same thing.
Have you showered since the last one?
Yes, I shower every day.
I'm noticing you're wearing a Carhartt t-shirt, which I feel is appropriate for you.
I wear mostly Carhartt t-shirts.
Why is that?
Have you just seen me?
I don't know you.
Well,
yeah.
First off, I like the fact that they have a pocket, so I can put stuff in there.
Yeah.
Secondly, they're usually like breathable fabric, and they're not like that. That there's always like it's always like a shirt that they sell that's like, oh, this is good for moisture absorption or something, but it's got like a weird feeling to it, and then it smells weird. And I hate those. But I feel like this one, I don't sweat through. And it doesn't smell at the end of the day. So.
I feel like, I don't know, I don't wear Carhartt t-shirts, but I feel like Carhartt t-shirts are like really thick. Like very thick and heavy.
There can be. I had a couple other ones that I bought. They have different styles. This one's not thick at all. This one's very light. But yeah, that's the main reason I buy them. And they also fit big people. That's another big reason. So
I've become a big fan. I get a lot of compliments on my Fresh Clean tees.
Really?
Yeah, I wear Fresh. The name of the company, they changed to Fresh Clean Threads now, but I wear the t-shirts. They used to be called Fresh Clean Tees. That's what I wear. Very soft, very comfortable. I like the cut. You know, it's a good cut, even though I feel like it.
Does it have a pocket on the
front?
front?
No pocket. I hate pockets in the front.
Really?
I would never get a shirt that had a pocket in the front.
See, I always for work and stuff, I have to wear a shirt with a pocket in the front.
Well, I'm going to relate to you in a way, but I'm lucky in that my other gig, I wear scrubs 2 days a week. And I have scrub tops, and those scrub tops have like 7 pockets. And I enjoy that.
There was a teacher, she's no longer at the school, but I think she also had a job where she was like RN. She was some kind of nurse, like kind of what you did, I think. I don't know if she had a license though, but she was like kind of in that field, and she always wore scrubs.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten in the scrub game. And now I realize I should get you some scrubs. No. Why?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
There's 2 short sleeves. I don't like the short sleeves. Yeah.
Wait, now I kind of want to get my scrub top. And I don't think they're short sleeves.
The sleeves are too short.
Okay, but what I'm saying is because I've gotten my dad and my brother under this, they only wear the scrub bottoms.
Oh, well, see, okay. Another thing is that things that fit big men don't always fit big women, because what people, I don't know if I don't know how to say this without sounding like really conceited and weird about myself, but I'm curvy. Like I have curves. So
you're so conceited.
If I have a big butt, but it's like a woman's big butt.
Yeah, but they're separate. There's like a men's section and there's a women's section.
The women's section. So I used to wear Dickies all the time. And there was an outlet store by my house that sold Dickies and nursing scrubs. That was essentially all they sold. And so I did try on nursing
Euclid
scrubs.
by the Kaiser?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
With the Del Taco?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would go there and I tried on some, and this is for across the board, this is my experience. Women's clothes never fit me. For some reason, they have a vision of a woman that's a box shape, that's not very tall and not very wide. And so I'm tall and I'm wide. So usually, invariably, if I buy a women's shirt, it comes up to my belly button.
So wait a minute, but so then why wouldn't you get a man scrub? Are you saying there's no pant? How do you wear clothes? You say no clothes fit you?
Scrubs are tight. They have a tight seam. And so they're too tight for me. I've tried them on. I don't like them. I'm telling you.
But I don't think my scrub top sleeves are too short.
Also, this is another thing, because to tell you I've tried them on. They make that weird sound when you walk, where it's like you can tell your thighs are rubbing together.
Mine don't do that. I don't know what I do. Buy expensive scrubs.
I'm telling you, I'm a big person. I know these things.
After we record, I'll go get the scrubs. I don't want to waste time on the show. I'll go put the scrubs on.
You'll just waste my time after the show?
Yeah, I'll just waste the time after the show. But I don't want to waste the people's time. No, it's actually not waste my time, because then what I would have to do is go to the recording, take it out of the recording. It gets the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want this to be, we're recording much later than usual. And so I want it to be as close to live to tape as possible. I want us to go and watch the Star Trek animated series, which is so funny because I'm not a Trekkie. I think I've seen like 5 minutes of the original series, but I've gotten really into the animated series.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
Oh, really?
That they like the animated. Yeah. They like the animated series, but they never really watched anything else.
All right. Why don't we do this, Laura? Why don't we take a break?
Okay.
Oh, when we come, but before we take the break, this is when you guys get this, this is the last day. What?
Pay attention.
Yeah, pay. You're going to be paying attention.
Pay attention.
This is the last day. It ends. And if you listen to this on Saturday, January 31st, this is the last day. So I'm going to do the last plug. You know how it is. By the way.
Wait, we're like an hour and a half away from it being Saturday, January 31st.
Well, no, we're recording it, but when they get it, it's going to land on January 31st. So if they listen to it that day.
Saturday's the last day. I thought you were saying by Saturday it expires.
No, the February 1st it expires. Yeah, February 1st it expires. And so I think it's I remember I could only do it for a month. And this is not my choice. Patreon wouldn't let me do it for longer than a month. But let's just say January 31st. I remember it was like the end of January. Anyway, let me read this thing here. But and then I'm going to tell you about a couple of mistakes that I made. Quick break to explain how Drag Race coverage works here this season. The big takeaway is our first response show, immediate reactions, gut takes. We've done jokes on that, where we land right after the episode airs. Now, the full Drag Race recap show, where we break the episode down moment by moment, that's a separate show. And this week, no Nathan, is Robert Mata.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Nathan's on a cruise. I was like, you haven't been on one of those in a while.
Is it a gay cruise?
No, but John Pauly's for a gay cruise on Sunday. Anyway, that runs exclusively on Patreon and Apple Podcasts for the entire season. Not the gay cruise, the recap show. That full recap will not be on the public feed until the season is over. If you want those full ad-free recap episodes every week, that's on Patreon or through Apple Podcast subscriptions. On Patreon right now, and this is a January-only thing, we're running 40% off your first month on the premium and executive tiers. Just use the offer code, and this is the last time I'm saying it this season, 16C85. Paid members get the full recap shows with no commercials, plus access to a whole library of Afterthought Media shows. And at the executive tier, you also get Just Between Us Girls, which is our more casual chat show that we record before recap. If you're not ready to pay yet, you can still sign up for free as a member on Patreon. Free members get the full recap show 1 week later, which is a great way to sample everything. And if Patreon isn't your thing, you can subscribe directly through Apple Podcasts for just over $5 a month. Same shows, same timing as Patreon, no ads. However you do it, Patreon and Apple Podcasts is how you get the full Drag Race breakdowns and support the shows. Let me also just say this. For a bizarre reason that would be boring to explain, a few months ago, I had to change the name of the Patreon channel to Drag Race Recap. It's boring. It's really not interesting at all. And I just realized, I'm like, I wonder if there were people who were searching. I mean, if you did a little digging, it wasn't hard to find. But they were searching, They couldn't find it. So I've changed it back to Afterthought Media. So if you go on Patreon and you search for Afterthought Media, you'll find the show. If you tried before, that's how it's done. If you didn't try before, now you know it works in case it does. Everything's fixed. Everything's done. And also I've gotten a few notifications. I keep forgetting to mention this, where they go, you have a new free trial member. You know that you can also do a free 7-day trial where you get to try everything out, full experience for free before you commit. And that's also at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia on the Patreon app, on the website, wherever. So there you go. That's the plug. That's actually, yeah, go ahead.
That's crazy. Is it okay if I do a plug for my podcast real quick?
No, we got to go. No, go ahead.
We actually just changed our name on Patreon to RuPaul's Drag Race Recap.
Yeah. That's why you're losing subscribers. Okay, We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to talk about the rest of the episode. Well, we're going to do our big takeaways. I have my big questions. I don't know how much we're going to have to discuss here, but we'll figure it out. We'll be back right after this.
This episode is brought to you by Credit Karma. When it comes to your money, Credit Karma keeps you ahead of the game. You can count on Credit Karma to keep up with your financial needs as they evolve, helping you monitor your progress and giving you personalized recommendations so you can make strides towards your goals. Make sure you're on the right track, no matter where you are on your financial journey. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on. Download today. Kaylee Cuoco and Sam Claflin star in the MGM Plus original series, Vanished. When the man Alice loves disappears on a train to the south of France, every romantic memory becomes evidence. Every intimate detail, a potential threat. She thought she knew everything about him, but she may not even know his real name. 4-part thriller Vanished premieres February 1st on MGM Plus. Finding the truth is a dangerous affair.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
I can't hear you.
I had my mic off.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that. Talking the whole time. For those of you who don't know, on the singing right there, that's Lauri. Yeah, I caught her. Yeah, I secretly recorded her, and that's her in a moment of ecstasy.
Yeah, I just finished my peanut butter jar.
Yeah, and she went, ooh, 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 ooh. This is my impression of Lauri if she was an owl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Anyway, Lar, you know the score. We know that there were 2 winners this week: Mia Starr and Juicy Love Dion.
Yes.
And we also know there's one queen in the bottom waiting to see who the person she's going to compete against next week is. And that is Sierra Mist. So let me ask you this question. Were the right 2 queens in the top and was the right queen placed in the bottom? Let's start with that first question. First question. Were the right 2 queens in the top?
Yes, I guess so. I would have liked there to have been a third. I would have liked Nene Coco to be put in there. But I mean, you can't really argue that they didn't do a good job.
Yeah.
You know, they did a good job. So yeah, they deserve to be in the top.
We're going to come back to the lip sync. Let's go first to Sierra Mist. Sierra Mist, did the right queen, was she the right person to be in the bottom?
No.
Oh, who do you think should have been in the bottom?
I think Vida Von T-Star should have been in the bottom. Sierra Mist, in my opinion, look, it was interesting. It was different. And she clearly had, performed the crap out of it. Vida Von T-Star, I felt like kind of just did the bare minimum.
You were 100% correct.
She didn't even know most of the words to her own song.
You are 100% correct. You're right. Because even if Sierra Mist's act wasn't that great, bonus points for trying something different.
Yeah, she tried. Like, I kind of get what the guest judge was saying. Like, yeah, the words didn't really register with me just because I was like, what's happening? But at least the outfit was really nice. She had the breakaway. I mean, she had a lot of elements. Vida Von T-Star just put ceramic cookies on a thing and ran out in sneakers and did some workouts. It's
not even like super like athletic workouts. Just like,
yeah,
if you're doing an impersonation of like Jane Fonda aerobics or something.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't interesting, and it wasn't. She didn't really sell it, and she didn't know most of the words to her own song.
I agree with you. Yeah. It should have been Vida Von T-Star in the bottom. But this is where, it's hard because RuPaul didn't put them there.
No.
It was the girls on Raida Queen. And there's all kinds of politics and alliances and everything involved in that decision.
Oh, yeah, we know. We had 45 minutes of logistics.
Which is so funny. It got so confused. I don't even know how the alliances paid off.
I don't know. I think everyone was in an alliance with everyone.
It was one big alliance. Except for except for Jane Don't and Discord. All of them except for Jane Love and Discord. Wait, Jane Love? I also feel like Jane Don't.
Jane Don't. I also feel like Mia was the only one who was like determined to actually be supportive of Athena. Like she was like, I want to put, I need to make sure I support Athena. And that was, everybody else, it was just sort of like, yeah, okay.
I think there's pretty good odds that Juicy does not put Athena first next week.
Oh, of course. When Athena said that to Juicy in her face, she was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, she didn't say back to you, sis. Or, like, I'm going to do the same thing. She was just like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about the right queen place in the bottom? Oh, no, you said no, we did that one. What did you say? Okay, so here we go. Let's get down to it. The lip sync. It's Mia Starr versus Juicy Love Dion. Lauri, your thoughts on lip sync?
Okay. Look, do I think I could have done any of those moves? No. I think they're amazing dancers. But do I think it was so amazing that both of them should have won? No. I think they both did a good job, but I think Juicy kind of went a little bit further, although there was one point where she did a high kick. Did she kick herself in the head?
I'd have to watch it again. I don't remember that.
There's one point where she did like a high kick and then she her head goes back and almost like she accidentally kicked herself in the head.
Don't you think they would have clocked that? Like within that slow motion dramatic music?
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I thought Juicy should have won the lip sync. But I like Mia Starr. She's become my favorite. Like I like her look. Briar Blush was the person that I liked her look the most. Mm-hmm. So now Mia Starr's kind of become that person. So
no, I think I got why it was a tie. I think it was two very different styles, two equally worthy styles. Where Juicy Love Dion's style was much more youthful and exuberant and full of tricks and stunts and backflips and all that nonsense. Whereas Mia's lip sync told a story. But they both gave the same energy. They both really delivered, but in just very, very different ways. And so I could see why it was a tie. But I could also see why you would say belong to Juicy. Because if you're looking for stunts and tricks, Mia wasn't really giving any.
Yeah, her boobs were doing most of the work, to be honest with you.
But Mia knows that there's nothing Ru loves more than using fake boobs and flopping
jiggly
them up and
boobs.
down. She loves that.
Well, also, it kind of gave me an impression, and this is just conspiracy, and I think this is something you talked about, so maybe I'm just carrying this over from to this episode. But because this was a lip sync for the win and not a lip sync for your life, I kind of got the impression that they both were like given like 60-70%. You know, they didn't want to go full 100 because it wasn't something that they had to like pull out all the stops to survive. They just needed to win to win this competition, this one competition.
Again, I'm going to meet you halfway. I got the impression Juicy was giving 100%. I did get that impression with Mia, though, that she was holding back because she was like, why am I going to waste? And again, that's wisdom that comes with age and experience. Why am I going to waste all my tricks on this thing that doesn't really save my life?
Yeah.
I don't know that Juicy,
well, the only reason I say that with Juicy is she did all those different moves in her talent show that she really didn't bring out in the lip sync. You know, she didn't do the splits. She did a bunch of high kicks, really.
But I think because Juicy is young and known as like a very like energetic dancer, I wouldn't be surprised if she has more tricks up her sleeve. We'll see. I don't know.
I mean, I think they both do, but that's what I was thinking. So
yeah.
All
right, Laura. Now, what was your big takeaway from this episode? Did you have a big takeaway from this episode?
Yeah. Why do we have to talk so much about logistics?
Because there's not much to talk about. It
was literally like, here we go. And then it was like, almost like the entire show was just like, who's going to vote for who? And then we go to a break and I'm like, oh, good. Okay. We're done with this. And then it's like, who's going to go up week 1? Who's going to go up week 2? I'm like, some things don't need to be filmed.
Well, I think it's because they have to fill, 90 minutes. And so, they don't say this, but, the talent, they know they're doing a talent show, okay? That's why they were so surprised it wasn't the first episode. They know they're doing a talent show, so that's already prepared, okay?
Yeah.
The runway's already prepared. So usually any kind of drama or story comes from the preparation for the main challenge, but there's really no preparation necessary because they've already prepared it. Everything's fully packaged already. So it's like, well, what's the storyline that they're going to have?
I mean, maybe it's naive, but I feel like if they had cut out a lot of that, they could have just had everybody do their talent that episode, and then we wouldn't have to do this. Of course,
but then they have to do that, and then it'd be short an episode, and they wouldn't be able to do the fun things that they were doing. Look, here's the deal. I've said it once, I've said it again. I'll say it again. The show, not all the time, but the show a lot of times is, in fact, most of the time, is a better show when it's a 1-hour show and not a 90-minute show, meaning without commercials. Instead of clocking in at an hour, it clocks in at like 42 minutes.
Yeah.
And so, but what are you going to do? And
my next big thing was I was really irked that nobody called out how Darlene had that whole freaking prop table with all those things and didn't use a goddamn one of them until the very end. That pissed me off that she had. I thought, she's going to use no, didn't touch them once until the very end.
Because you're not on recap, you're welcome to discuss any elements of the show you want to discuss. I'm going to hold my opinion for the recap, but
hold your opinion. I'm just saying that I just had. It gave me white hot anger.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I got the white hot anger, but I have problems. Well, with
it's just like if you're gonna have a whole workbench of tools, use them. Like, she literally was talking about screws and drills and all this stuff, and there were screws and drills on the tool. She couldn't pick one up. Like, it annoyed the crap out of me.
I really hope that Robert has his own thoughts. I will say that, I don't know, I have an opinion on things. But
oh, really? You do?
Yeah, I have an opinion on things. But I'm very curious to hear what Robert says about Darlene's act tomorrow.
Oh, it annoyed the crap. I honestly, if I didn't like Darlene's personality as so much, or I don't know, I guess the song, there was just something about, I think she really did try and give a good performance. So there was something about that I was just like, okay, like I would have had her in the bottom. Just that.
Well, I think everyone except for Vida tried.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't say that she should have been in the bottom, because, I feel like if Vida had tried, then it should have been Darlene. But
yeah.
I also feel like I'm right in that the queens don't like each other. So I still feel that way. So.
When I was watching Vida's performance, because she always does a really good look, right? She can deliver a really good look. I was thinking of that Aretha Franklin interview. Do you remember this, where they were naming different female pop stars, and they wanted like her quick? Oh, you never seen this clip before?
Was that where she says she doesn't know who Mariah Carey is?
No,
or
she knew Mariah Carey, but she would say like she would give her honest opinion, right? So they wanted a quick take on each one. So a Celine Dion, she'd be a great singer or something like that, right? And be like, oh, Mariah Carey, good singer. But she'd go down the line, right? And then they were Taylor Swift, and she was like, beautiful gowns, right? And that's what I was thinking about with Vida Von T-Star when she was doing her act. I was like, beautiful gowns? Like if they ran her by me. Yeah, it seems to be that's her one thing, is turning great looks.
I think Taylor Swift gets ragged on for her voice a little bit. I think her voice is fine. Where I think she's good at is she's a good songwriter. So that's why I like her. But I think she gets ragged on too much. But that's just me.
So for my big takeaway, and I'll repeat this actually on the recap, is at first I was watching this and I was doing my usual seething, wet, white, hot anger like you, right? But this time about the fact, this is my usual typical rant, but it's about, why do they call this a talent show? Lip syncing to an original song is not a talent show if that's what you already do in your normal act, So I don't know if I'd call that a talent, And
I mean, but we've had that. I know so many seasons. So that's almost like getting mad at the Dracula people for having exterminations that go nowhere.
I know. So. That's why my big takeaway is that starting with this episode officially, I'm not going to bitch about that anymore. It's just a thing now. So now instead of judging it like an actual talent show, I judged it as a drag show. I'm like, they're just doing a drag show. But now there's like...
That's basically it,
yeah. They're just doing a drag show. And that's how I'm going to judge it. And my big takeaway is the talent show is not a talent show. The talent show is a drag show. And before people come at me, if they're new to the show, about how the drag is a talent, that's been my point the entire time. My point the entire time has been, drag is a talent. Okay? So... But I think when there's a talent show on already a drag competition show, the implication being that, okay, what's your other talent besides drag? It's like if for whatever reason Top Chef decided to have a talent show, if they went out there and said, my talent is cooking, you'd be like, well, that's bullshit. We're already on the show. We know you can cook.
Yeah, you're already cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't give me that. Give me a new to juggle, right? Juggle, Tom Colicchio. All right.
Well, that's why I give credit to Sierra Mist. I mean, she at least went out and did something, different.
Yes, that's why she got some point. You're right. That's why I felt the same way that you did.
I also think that I'm interested to see what the queens do next week. My thing is, I hope Jane tries to do an ice joke.
That'd be so great if she did that.
I think
she's getting very tiresome with her whininess. It's
She was very annoying this episode.
Yeah.
And I feel like, here's the thing. I feel like when it's an episode where she performs, it's almost like it balances out because she's annoying, but then you see her perform and she's funny.
Yeah.
Right? But this episode, you didn't see her perform. So she was just annoying.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. All right, Lauri, why don't we call it a day there? It's late. That's going to do it for this week's episode of The Big Takeaway. Be sure to join us on Patreon for the Drag Race recap or next week, as Lauri and I continue to give our first reactions, our gut takes, and our big takeaways, I think. I forgot to read the script here. For each brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. So for Lauri and K. Roggenkamp and myself.
Go, girl. Give us nothing.
Thank you for listening to RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Have something to say? email us at dragracerecap@afterthought.media. You can also leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/afterthoughtmedia. For more Drag Race and LGBTQ content, support us on Patreon at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia or on the app. Very special thanks to these expensive tier Patreon supporters: Polly Ann Marie, Ram Crackers, Mike Yeager, Efren Barboza, Philskit Pony, Scott Dreyer, Travis Newlin, Tom Bombs, Mary Shine, Lucy Carrasco, Astute Girl, Dave, Runner Brandon, Humble Pie, E. Smith, JTP, Nikki Pettit, Doofus Maximus, Kathy Zender, Nikki Baker, Peter Teef, Derek Byers, Coco San Pedro, Poppy Woods, Lauren Eckert, Brad Coley, Katie Whitmire, AJ Norris, and Sarah Yu. Drag Race Recap is an Afterthought Media podcast.